Welcome to another startup and complete car documentation. What we're looking at today is a 2019 Ford F-150 STX SuperCab. This F-150 SuperCab is painted in magma red. On the front door panels, you have storage areas with bottle holders. Another smaller storage area right here. And you got your power windows, locks, and mirrors. With the STX package, you get this black sport cloth interior. This one has bench seats, but buckets are an option. Full manual seat adjustments, rubber floors, now let's go ahead and start the engine. On the key you have the buttons for lock, unlock, and panic. Dating back to 1948, the Ford F-Series has been not only America's most popular pickup truck, but also its most popular vehicle in general for decades. The F-Series is insanely popular, and there's one for just about everyone. No matter what someone might need a truck for, be it towing, recreational use, off-roading, construction work, and the list goes on, there's more than likely an F-Series that will perfectly suit the needs of any buyer who's interested in a Ford truck. It currently ranges from the light-duty half-ton F-150, which is the most popular of all the way up to the commercial Class 7 F-750. For a long time, the F-150 had the same general styling as most of its heavier-duty counterparts, but that changed in the late 90s. Long story short, ever since then, the F-150 has featured styling unique from the heavier-duty F-Series Super Duty line, and has also received its redesigns at separate times from the Super Duties. The generation of F-150 that this 2019 represents was produced from model years 2015 through 2020. These trucks were redesigned from the ground up for 2015, and the overhaul was quite drastic. The biggest change was the switch from a steel body to an aluminum one, which resulted in the trucks being hundreds of pounds lighter to maximize efficiency, while still being engineered to be strong and durable. The 15 to 20 generation also has better towing and hauling capabilities compared to older generations. They also got a more reinforced high-strength steel frame. For 2017, the second generation of the F-150 Raptor made its debut, and for 2018, the rest of the F-150 lineup got a mid-cycle refresh. 2020 was the last year before the F-150 was once again completely redesigned for 2021. So the 2019 F-150 came in 3 different body styles depending on the trim: regular cab, super cab like we have here, and super crew. The main trim levels for 2019 were as follows: XL, XLT, Lariat, King Ranch, Platinum, Limited, and the, in a league of its own, extreme off-road equipped Raptor. Now this truck is an STX, with STX being a special package for XL models, which adds that special front fascia and monochrome exterior, 20-inch rims, and a couple extra amenities as well. The STX is basically one of the most nicely equipped versions of the base model F-150. The 2019 F-150 range also has an impressive lineup of 6 different engines to choose from depending on the trim. There's a 3.3-liter V6, an EcoBoost 2.7-liter twin-turbo V6, a 5-liter V8, an EcoBoost 3.5-liter twin-turbo V6, which this truck has, a high-output version of the 3.5 EcoBoost found in Raptor and Limited models, and finally a 3-liter turbo diesel V6. Most of them have a 10-speed automatic transmission, except the base 3.3, which is a 6-speed auto. Drivetrain options are rear-wheel drive or four-wheel drive. So starting with the instrument cluster, you have 6 analog gauges: your tachometer, speedometer, fuel gauge, temperature gauge, oil pressure gauge, and transmission temperature gauge. And then, front and center, is a digital info display, pretty substantial one, which can be gone through via these controls on the steering wheel. It has a 4-spoke design, multifunctional steering wheel. There are sport grips at 10 and 2 and comfort grips around the rest of the rim. So as for controls, you have your information display controls, your cruise control, your audio controls, your volume, seek track, different modes, and finally the hands-free phone controls with voice commands. It is a tilt and telescopic steering wheel. The vehicle's parking brake is electronically operated. Your exterior lighting controls, panel dim, air vent for the driver, grab handles in the A-pillars. And right here is your high beam, turn signal, and wiper stalk. It has a column gear shifter. There is a backup camera when you put it in reverse. Plus and minus on the shifter for manual shiftability. And on the end of the shifter is a button that takes you through your different drive modes. You have normal, tow haul, snow wet, eco, and sport. Pretty good selection. Going down the center of the interior, you have a storage tray up top, air vents on either side, traction control toggle, hazard light switch, auto start-stop toggle. Got the touchscreen interface for your Sync 3 infotainment system, along with some physical controls like your volume power knob, tuning knob, presets, and seek track and whatnot. Passenger airbag indicator. We'll go over the infotainment system in a bit. Got a power outlet. Have your 4-wheel drive controls, also a rear diff lock. This one does have the Pro Trailer Backup Assist, which is pretty nice, and also got the trailer brake controller. Right here are all the controls for the single zone climate control. Below that you have another power outlet and a couple USB ports, some storage, cup holders. This one does have the bench seat, so you can sit a third person right here. Fold that up, and then the middle seat back can be folded down. And this one does not have an opening console, but it does have 2 more cup holders. A little bit of a tray above the glove box, and the glove box itself is lockable. Only the passenger sun visor has a vanity mirror. Have your overhead lighting. And finally, here is the Sync 3 infotainment system. So here's the audio screen. You have AM, FM, along with Bluetooth audio streaming. Pairing a phone, apps, your different vehicle settings. Like I've said before, I love the Ford Sync 3. It's just super simple to use. I know they have since come out with another infotainment system, but Sync 3 is one that I'm familiar with. I've been in tons of cars with it, and I just have come to really like the layout. But now let's go ahead and roll down the driver's window and take a look at the engine bay. Both front windows are fully automatic. And I just gotta say, even though this truck is kind of a basic trim level, I think it's a gorgeous looking truck. I love the paint color and those 20-inch rims, chrome. It's just super, super sharp looking. The STX package adds 20-inch rims, although these 20s seem to come off of a different trim level. Either way, they look excellent on this truck. I also love the grille, the appearance of the STX package, the monochrome. This F-150 is powered by Ford's EcoBoost 3.5-liter twin-turbocharged V6 engine. This aluminum dual overhead cam 24-valve power plant with port and direct injection puts out 375 horsepower at 5,000 RPM, along with 470 pound-feet of torque at 3,500 RPM. This engine is paired to a 10-speed automatic transmission with a manual mode, and this F-150 is a four-wheel drive. Premium fuel is recommended, and with a 23-gallon fuel tank, EPA estimates for F-150s like this one are around 17 mpg city and 23 mpg highway. It has an independent double wishbone front suspension and a solid rear axle with leaf springs. Stopping the truck are four-wheel ventilated disc brakes. Towing and payload capacities vary a lot depending on how the truck is equipped. 3.5-liter non-high output EcoBoost models can tow up to a maximum of 13,200 pounds and haul a payload of up to 3,230 pounds. Again, those numbers only apply to properly equipped trucks, so keep in mind they may not be accurate for the particular truck in this video. As you can see, the SuperCab is very much a traditional extended cab. Both front seats have storage pockets on the backs. And you got a power outlet back here as well. Now, space and comfort back here, for someone who's about 6'1", is really not going to be good back here. If you're a lot smaller person, then it might not be as bad, but normally I put the front seat where I would have it if I was driving, but I had to put it up further after I got out, and I still don't have hardly any leg room. But headroom is actually pretty good, but legroom definitely leaves a lot to be desired. But it's an extended cab, and it's nice to have back seats in a pinch if there's a smaller person who needs to ride back here. But if you want to, have adults ride in the back seat all the time, that's why there's the Super Crew.
As you saw earlier, the fuel doors on the driver's side does have a capless fuel filler. Single exhaust.
This SuperCab with the 6.5-foot bed offers 62.3 cubic feet of space.
Awesome spray and bed liner on this one. And this truck does have the tailgate step to make it easier to step into the bed. Ford's been including this in some of their trucks for over a decade now. And I know just recently GM started doing like on the Sierras, they have a similar thing, make it easier to get into the bed. But Ford was the first one to do it, I believe. Anyhow, thanks for checking out this tour of this 2019 Ford F-150. And as always, stay on the lookout for future tours.